Welcome. I'm Sandra. I'm the director here at TAP, and it's my privilege to have you all in our space tonight for Unscripted. Unscripted, this is our music series. It's a new series that we've been doing. We've been building on our Unscripted. It's a performance. Then we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to go into conversation. And that's the important part about Unscripted, is we sit in conversation with our musicians. Our host tonight for the conversation will be Ryan Soulliere from CBC. And so we're thrilled to have Ryan in the house. This is going to be an amazing performance in our main gallery space with Noelle, Hilary, and Renée. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us during the break. The band has also brought merch, so let's make sure we use the merch table. When we get to the break, I'll do a brief sort of reminder that we're going to break for 10 minutes, and then we'll move into the conversation. But right now, we'll let the ladies take over our space. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. about touring. We've been doing a lot of that, which has been really fun, but touring has its ups and its downs, as all wonderful things. It's got its yin and its yang. So this is about, this is a love song to the road.
Thanks so much, everybody. There's so many familiar faces and a significant number of new faces too, which is lovely. And thank you, TAP, for having us and bringing in your peeps and helping us share our music with new folks. And to those who have heard us before, thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. We usually talk a lot in our performances, but we're gonna be really disciplined and just play you songs because we have a whole second set of chatting with Ryan. So it's gonna take a whole lot of discipline, but we're gonna do it starting now. You all feeling okay? Yeah? Cool. This is a scary song. It's called Monsters.
Sleep at night. I might fall right through the cracks in the hardwood floor of this big haunted house. Never been here before. There's a myself awake for as many days as I can. I know I can't explain, even if I did, then you'd never understand. I don't want to sleep at night anymore. Monsters in my closet, scratching at the door. There's a tree in the backyard, it's swinging in the shade, talking to my mind. I can't tell what it's saying. I know I'd be okay if I could look away or maybe learn to pray. A hoodie hanging on the door becomes a man I loved before he's gray. Stays one place asking to be adored. And I wish I could have gave him more. I don't want to sleep at night anymore. Monsters in my closet, scratching at the door. Let 'em through and it'll change you. Let 'em through and it'll save you. I don't want to sleep at night anymore. Monsters in my closet, scratching at the door. Where's my guitar? I was like, if I just stand here and look at her for a second, she'll remember. She'll pick it up.
It's like a balance of like trying to be as present as you can, but then realizing you have a job to do.
It's all about.
It's all a balance. So I got a dog a few years ago at the beginning of the whole pandemic thing. And I think I thought the pandemic would last forever, that I would never be out back on the road again, and that was part of it, I suppose. The other part of it was I thought maybe this dog would be about 40 pounds and I would take him on the road with me and he would just so perfectly lay at our feet while we played on stage. This dog is now 90 pounds, and I accidentally taught him to howl when I sing.
She says accidentally, but it was totally on purpose.
100% on purpose. It was 100% on purpose. I just didn't realize it would have such a long-term impact. He's not here. He isn't here.
You'd hear him.
You would hear him. Ow. But I got this dog and I thought, wow, dogs are great. It feels so good to pay attention to something outside of my own body and care for something outside of my own ruminating thoughts. And yeah, it's been great. But I have grown so madly in love with this thing that now I just have like added a worry into my life about when this dog will die. And I'm like, even if everything goes perfect and both of us live to the fullest potential of our lifespan, Murphy's gonna die first and I'll have to watch.
And, well, I might not have to watch, but
It's very dark.
I will grieve that loss. And anyhow, so I'm thinking about this more and more. And also at the same time encountered by friends and loved ones who were experiencing grief in their lives and just calling on a tremendous amount of resilience. And it really got me thinking just about our human capacity to feel such a broad range of emotions and just all the ways that life kind of passes through us and exists in us, and wrote this song called A Really Good Bad Day. Thank you so much for your attentiveness. It is very valued, incredibly intimidating. We are more than happy with a good heckle here and there if the spirit moves you to do so.
Use 8 pounds, then he's 87 today, and he sits on my lap in the very same way, and I'm singing a sad song I wrote that day on our living room floor. Oh, life will change. Morning dove, she's here singing along, and without her I'll be singing alone. I've been learning life more ways than right and wrong. Yeah, at our time it just wasn't long. If you're lucky, you'll get older. Your heart will break and you'll know the pain of being human on a really good bad day. The sun, like these feelings, it comes and it goes, and seasons change. I've been afraid of growing old, and birds still sing to their song of mine. Together on a rock, we fling through outer space and time. If you're lucky, you'll get older. Your heart will break and you'll know the pain of being human on a really good bad day. I'm not saying that it's sad here all the time. There's toxins in the water, and it's okay to cry. And I dream one day we'll all be fine. Find a deeper meaning and stop wishing away time. And if you're lucky, you'll get older. Your heart will break and you'll know the pain of being human. Oh, if you're lucky, you'll get older. Your heart will break and you'll know the pain of being human
Thanks so much. Wow, that one made me cry.
I think we gotta put a little kid's voice in that
The
recording.
little voice, and then if you're lucky, you'll get
So
older.
good.
Jesus,
Perfect timing.
that got me. Thanks a lot. Just kidding.
Feeling stuff.
Feeling stuff.
Yeah.
This one we're gonna play for you is called High Hopes, and we usually have so many stories to tell you. Good gosh. The next two that we're gonna play for you is High Hopes, and then a song called Wrong Side of Life, and I'll just let you know that both of them are kind of in this similar vein of being aware who's wandering in the margins of our society, and making a real conscious effort to scoop them up and bring them into something, because we need each other. So be good to the people that you love, of course, and the people that you already know, but having a really active awareness of who needs more help. High hopes. Woo! Hold on. Yeah. Everybody's talking about keeping heads above water. I knew someone's daughter. She pretty much drowned. Prayed she run out of road before she run out of road. I prayed she run out of road. Call it high hopes. Call it high hopes. Wears a feather in his cap. He can't remember why. His father told him that it's there to help him fly. Prays he runs out of road before he runs out of road. I prayed she run out of road. Call it high hopes. Call it high hopes. I'm a little worried about life's being hurried. Why discouraged? Keep those high hopes. Keep those high hopes. You guys want to sing with us? I'll take your little chuckle as heck yeah we do. Your part's really easy, okay? It just goes like this. Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah. Keep going, please. Yeah. Keep going. We're gonna do some other stuff up here, but keep that nice and steady. Rock it. Oh yeah. Don't you run out. Run. Don't you run out. Run. Don't you run out. Run. Don't you run out. Run
Three more of those.
Keep those eyes. Keep those eyes. Keep those eyes. Nice singing.
Wow, singing together.
Collective
Like it.
effervescence. I learned that.
She's been saying it everywhere we go.
You guys feel that? Why, that was collective effervescence.
Noelle made it up.
No, I never have said that. I never made it up. I mean, yes, and. This one's Wrong Side of Life. Thank you all so much for singing. Hello now? Is there room for this guitar to go louder, Guillermo? Guillermo on sound, everybody. Thank you. Oh yeah. Ample. Appreciate it. It's the perfect song to open your beers to. He lost his wife 3 months ago. Now there's vodka on his breath and his story left untold. But he'll dance in the street and sway to the beat of our song. People are hurting and pushed away, told they're wrong. And do you know what it's like to live on the wrong side of life? And could you let go what you know, leave judgment alone? What if we're wrong here and to be right in mind all the time? And what if we're lost here, anxious every night, getting hard to decide where I belong this time? our singing part. Ready? Just goes like this. So much. I hope you know I was super kidding about the beer thing. Open them whenever you want.
You guys are darn near perfection.
Oh, you're amazing. We gotta work on your heckling, sir.
Thanks, Howie. It's very kind,
Oh,
heckling.
it's me again. I never play more than 2 in a row. Hot dang.
Did we mention that we have merch? I know a lot of you probably have been to our other shows. We've had the same stuff for a bit, but for those of you who do not, or who want an extra, or want one to go in a frame, or one to give to a friend,
We hear, like, we have
some.
lots of different uses for CDs these days if you don't have a player.
you can hang them in your trees
Yep.
to scare away the birds.
If you want to scare away the birds. You're probably not in this crowd.
That's true.
Let's go see the pears. They make really beautiful music. But God, those birds! We despise them.
I hope you know I like birds.
Yes, Hillary loves birds. I could tell you stories about how much Hillary loves birds.
We'll say, Ryan, you can ask us about that.
Yeah, right. We have a few more songs for you all. Thank you so much. This one's called Find Our Way. Oh, it doesn't go like that. We called it out too soon. It pushed me running afraid from you. Oh, well, we call it out too soon. When will we find our way? When will we find our way? You asked me from the beginning to open up my heart and let you in. I pretended honest feelings. Your arms wrapped around me in all the right ways, oh, but I felt trapped in you, not knowing how to behave. You asked for it, even long for it, when come for you, let it all go. You asked for it, even long for it, when come for you, let much. Are we okay to play 2 more, 3 more? You're okay. Are we? Thank you. Sandra, thanks for having us. Thanks so much. Sarah, thanks for helping us set up the merch. You made it look way good. Way good. Guillermo, sound, thanks so much. Appreciate you. This is a hard room.
work. Yeah.
Josh, working the camera. Thank you. And I've not yet wet my whistle, so we haven't met. What's your name?
Andrea.
Andrea.
Yeah, and we have Bill. Thanks too.
And Bill. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you all for spending your hard-earned money on a show. It's so important.
I know that there are at least 2 teachers in this room, and this next song is a big old thank you for the work that you do for little tiny humans. And it's a little more angsty than a big thank you, but that's okay. It's called Annie's Daughter. It can also be for parents in the room if you want.
Annie's daughter is a redhead, dreaming everywhere but in her bed. And she's level-headed, hates wearing dresses, avoids the crowd who tries to tell her where her mess is. Annie's daughter isn't broken. Somebody ought to tell it to her first grade class, 'cause they've been walking over her life. She's been shattered into pieces that won't fall back. She's doing alright, while Annie's losing sleep every night, and she's not giving up without a fight. Annie's daughter is unwinding, dancing with the change that each new age brings unaware. No time to spare, she's skipping stones at all the miles, tangling up her hair. She's doing alright, while Annie's losing sleep every night, and she's not giving up without a fight. Keep talking, oh, keep talking, oh, keep talking. Keep talking, oh, keep talking, oh, keep talking, oh, keep talking. Keep talking, she's doing alright. Keep talking, keep talking, oh, keep talking, oh, sleep every night, and she's doing alright. 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 She's doing alright without a fight.
This next song is about someone liking you a little bit more than you like them. And can anyone relate?
Have any of you been the other person? There it is.
This song is the beginning of going into our musical theater era. What I do in musical theater.
We improvise.
We enjoy each other's company. We like to spend time talking over tea. You think you have me with a smile and a wink. I look away and tell you not to think too hard. Walking hand in hand, walking step by step. Walking hand in hand, walking step by step. Walking hand in hand, walking, ready, set, and go. We walk to the park with my hand in yours. It's not really something that we've done before. You ask me if I like you and I say I do. I do want to ask you if you like to slow down. How do I say I'd like to stay one step away from each other? I say we're friends and you say we're not. Pretend to avoid the subject cause it's a sore spot. I'm sorry that I kissed you a little more. I had too much to drink and your touch felt good. Walking hand in hand, walking step by step, 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 walking step and go. Appreciate it. We have 2 more songs. Is that right? One more song?
Yes.
Oh, do you want to play the last song?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You can hear that song that we were gonna play on our album if you buy merch.
Yes. A heckle? Did you just? We have a hand in the back.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Sure, let's do that. Appreciate the heckle.
That's the best. We love when people know our music and ask for it, so certainly we'll play that. Okay. All right, we have 2 more songs for you, and then we'll talk. Okay. Thank you so much. We hope you all can stick around for the conversation. We really love Ryan. He's been a super big support for us when we were just starting out in 2017, and every step of the way he just is rooting for us, and it means the most to us, Ryan. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. Excited to chat.
We love Ryan and we also love talking. So we can't wait.
So we can't wait.
We're gonna play, Renée.
What are the chances that one of you have a guitar pick in your pocket?
Oh my.
Is anybody?
Oh yeah.
I knew it would be you.
If you get up here and can't find it, okay, right on.
Howie, Howie,
Howie, Howie,
Howie,
Howie,
Howie.
Howie.
Got there late.
Not surprised.
Sunday to Tuesday is about not having a normal work week and weekend. So anyone else? Wow, you all are
One guy.
Mondays to Friday. Okay, Ian.
Well, thanks for coming out on a weeknight.
Yeah, we'll get you home to bed so you can be up early in the morning for work. This is about that.
Let me know when you get time to be a little closer than we have been lately. I would kick off my shoes, lie in the grass with you from Sunday to Tuesday. Sunday to Tuesday. Sunday to Tuesday. Let me know when you would like to see me. Spend some time the way we used to, baby. We're just passing ships in the hallway while you go walking your way and I'll go mine. It doesn't always go the way you want. It doesn't always go the way you want. Let me know when we can talk about it. Forgive, forget, and make the most out of it, so we can get ourselves back to doing the things we love to from Sunday to Tuesday. Sunday to Tuesday. Sunday to Tuesday. If I tried to let it all go, maybe you wouldn't even notice. We've been through this before. It'll come around again. From Sunday to Tuesday.
I tell you, Howie, that song would not have been the same without this pick. I mean that.
We have one more for you. It's called Easier to Leave. Thank you for knowing our music. That means so much to us. And we hope you stay, though.
Yeah. It's not easier to leave after.
Two? Remember? Yeah.
don't know.
We haven't played this in a while.
Ready? Yeah.
And the daylight brings a compromise that we couldn't find at night. When it was easier to think of leaving, when the floor held my breathing was easier to think of leaving, when you so easily sleeping, you were so easily
I think I have to get my sweater, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
That's good. Be a good technical.
Noelle will be back. She's not going far. Hi, everyone. Hi there. Before I introduce myself, let's give the pairs one more round of applause. We might be able to fill the whole time of conversation with just clapping for you. It was very, very good. I am Ryan Soulliere. I work at CBC London. I'm kind of the backbone of the morning show. If you know the show Frasier, think of Roz. I'm like Roz. But after the show, I pick music for the next day's show. I curate all kinds of music from London, Canada, around the world. And every time a new pair song comes, I know that it's good to go because people like to hear them. So that's who I am, and that's what I do. And you now know the pairs. And we're going to start with some questions. If you have questions, please raise your hand. We'll be happy to have them take your questions as well. But I got a few of my own that I want to start with.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun, right? Well, uh-oh. No personal. Let's not get too personal. We're going to keep it about the music. All right. When the three of you come together and combine your voices, it's like a mystic power. It really is special. It's emotive. I looked up the word, what did I say it was? Frosten or Friesen, which makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. And I wonder how much of that is a consciousness, how much you think about it when you're writing and putting a song together. If it's too emotive, do you back off a bit or do you pour it on? Or is it just what comes out?
Great question.
I think we want to feel frosted. I think we want to feel that, so that's like while we sing it.
And does that happen? Do you?
Well, I mean, not all the time, but I think that's the goal.
Yeah, I
So,
think,
yeah, if we feel it, we're like, yeah, go with it.
yeah, we write, we were classically trained, but we write from a very playful space. And a lot of the things that we arrange together are focused on feeling, I would say, more than thinking. Yeah, it's playful. So when we do something, we try different things, and sometimes we go, that's not it. And we'll try something else. And it definitely is a feeling that kind of settles in that I think then we all kind of go, that's what we wanted. And we wait for all three of us to feel it.
Okay, that's very cool. So we all get it. So if 2 out of 3, it's not ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes we're like, just come along.
Just
Maybe you'll feel it.
meet us over here. Meet us over here.
Yeah.
Well, and also I think too, it comes with practice. I feel like when we're learning a song, it's not in our bones yet. So sometimes I think once it like really sets in, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
You perform constantly. Right now, you're constantly out there, and your repertoire now goes back to 2017. Are there any songs for you that are like eye rollers, like, I'd rather not do this one?
Noelle, you should answer that.
Renee?
Is it like you're taking care of business if you were BTO?
Well, man, if I wrote that song, I'd be jacked. That'd be so great. No, it's hard because I don't want to say that I don't like a song, because if there's anybody who likes that song, I don't want to take that away or dampen it in any way. And so that's very meaningful that people enjoy what we've made along every step. And I think that is also a really good lesson for us to get out of our way too, right? Like, and not to be so critical and heavy-handed the way that we're learning. And we're learning how to be better songwriters. And so we like the newer stuff better, yeah, but there's some that, now I'm ranting.
I noticed how I saw your face light up when people call out a song by name, because that means they know your material.
Right.
Is that starting to happen more and more?
Oh, it's happening all over the place. I think it did happen once in Kalamazoo this year, in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And
and that was the first time I remember it happening away, like that far away from home. And that was cool.
I think
He
it
was like,
happened in
play
Colorado,
this.
too.
And the best thing was that he
Happened in
goes,
Colorado.
hey, he goes, play this song. We're like, wow, you know our music. Of course we'll play that song. And I went to thank this man who was sitting right in front of me here. And I said, what's your name, sir? Who knows our music so well? To request it, my name. And he goes, Tom. And he had that like Michigan accent. So it was more like, yeah, Tom. Somebody did it. Yeah. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Anyways, it turned into this very big, memorable moment because I was like,
Renée Tom. His name's Tom. Come on.
You guys ever heard of this name, Tam? I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, that was a cool moment.
So you're back home now from the road, probably heading back on the road. So why don't you tell us where you're going to be going around all this for the summer at the very least?
We're home for a little bit, for a few weeks, because we've been doing it pretty nonstop since the end of January. But at the end of June, we are going to the Arc in Michigan, which we're really excited about because we've been hearing about it for years. We're going to Beaver Island that time too, so this is at the end of June. Beaver Island's a really wild place if you've ever been there.
Has anyone heard of Beaver Island?
Oh, we got to go for Beaver Island Music Fest, and it is an interesting place, but we can talk more about that later. But we'll be playing Sunfest in London. That's been announced. We are going to be playing a few other festivals. We're doing Live from the Rock this summer up in Red Rock. We're doing Mission Folk in Mission, BC. And into the fall, we're doing Sisters Folk Fest in Oregon.
The other one's not announced.
The other ones aren't
but it's
announced
very
yet.
exciting.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, which ones can I say?
Oh, so you got to keep a tight lip. Okay, that's fair. We'll
Maybe
keep-
not.
you
We just
can
think
tell
too
them.
big of it.
Okay. Let us, Tom, on, tell us.
It's in Mexico.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's very
It's called
cool.
Cervantino. But don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. That stays here.
But you've been farther away than that, right? You did a music exchange.
We did.
Where'd you go again?
Hungary.
Hungary. And how was that?
It was awesome.
So cool.
We went to Hungary. Sorry, we whispered.
Yeah, no, it's not an inside joke. You
Yeah.
really went.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? How were you received? How did you like their scene?
It was amazing.
It was so cool.
Do you all know that London's a UNESCO City of Music now?
Don't get
Yeah.
ahead of the talk. No, I'm
Okay,
kidding,
but
I'm
that's
kidding.
important.
Yes, it is. It was a music exchange program, right, with
Yeah.
the fellow UNESCO City of Music.
Yeah. So it was cool because we weren't just three strangers connected to nothing arriving in Hungary. There was like a purpose, right? And it was a Music Cities exchange thing. So there was a crowd there that was super excited to receive a few strangers from Canada. So it was good. What?
If you go to Hungary, you need to check out the bathhouse there. It's
I think there's several.
wonderful. One of them, find a bathhouse, go into the water.
More than one.
Yeah,
It's probably
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a story I'll tell you later about that.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
Hey.
Dewey. And
Can't
yeah,
wait.
Well, some theft.
Oh,
it involves theft.
Uh-oh.
plot thickens. Oh.
Brother Ian's got stories.
Secure.
I imagine your lives, you've been on the other side of the stage seeing shows. There's your smiling faces, seeing people you like to play. And now you're on the stage. Between now and then, how have you noticed the city's music change?
It's like London's city.
This city, our city, yeah.
Since being a UNESCO City of Music.
No, since you were just a young person enjoying your concerts, and now you're putting on the concerts.
The first concert that we went to was at the Western Fair, I think. That's my mom and dad over there. I'm
Great
looking
Big
to them
C.
to confirm or deny.
Oh, wow.
It was Great Big C.
Great first show.
Yeah, and we were teenagers. That's what you asked, right?
What have you noticed the change from then to now?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
Venues have
there's
changed.
always, yeah. I remember being in high school and knowing that there were a ton of really cool venues to look forward to going to when I was 19 and could have gotten in then. But then I think by the time we got that age, a lot of them had closed.
I remember seeing shows, like we saw some theater performances at the Wolf Performance Hall. We got to see some things at Aeolian. We got to go to Call the Office when we were the right age.
Folk Fest,
Sunfest, Home County and
Sunfest.
Sunfest is on its 30th year now, so we were at that festival.
It's also so hard to know being in the music community in London, and so you hear about more stuff. Social media is probably a reason too, that it's just so much more like apparent. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And you kind of were getting your launch just as London became a UNESCO City of Music, almost very close timing there.
Yeah.
Has it been helpful for you?
I think
Totally.
so.
You got to go
How
to
so?
Hungary.
Okay, that's a bonus.
Big bonus.
There's a network for sure that it's kind of like taken us as part, or we get to become part of this broader network and community. Corey at the music office has been a big support just in, I think connecting and that whole networking piece and understanding different infrastructure and just the way that different industries are also starting to pull musicians into projects. I don't know if you all saw us do a compost advertisement at some point. That is thanks to
How was
the
that?
UNESCO City of Music designation.
Yeah, is that a new side career path?
Oh, I don't know.
Promotional speaking?
We do like a green bin.
We will happily do commercials if anyone asks.
Especially the things that will maybe save the planet, you know?
That's nice. But no birds for Hillary.
No birds, keep the birds out, yeah.
We're gonna start a rumor here tonight.
That's such a sad rumor.
You're busy. You're always putting out music, if not an EP or an album, then a single. So I'm always eager to see what you have. But you also have solo projects. All three of you have solo work. When do you sleep? That's not the question. What's the difference between a solo song for each of you and no, this is a pairs song? Like, how do you write? Where do you find that line?
It's a great question. That is a great question.
I'm still figuring that out. I have no idea.
Okay, that's a no idea.
Well,
Ones that have been that we didn't end up doing as the pairs.
That's one.
well, and I think it's been more recent that we've all been actively pursuing some solo shows as well and making solo albums. So I think we just had a conversation recently about our upcoming project. And for us, we are going around this, we're thinking about creating something together, and whether or not that's co-writing or we have a discussion about like what we think. We talked about what we think the world needs right now from us, and we're artists, and that's our job, is to reflect a society back to itself in the best way that we can, and like help us feel ourselves collectively and stay awake to what's happening in the world and be there for one another. And art's a really powerful tool to have those conversations about hard things. And so for us, we were talking about this and moving forward, we all have solo projects and we all are the people, we go everywhere. So it's hard to separate this song fits here and it doesn't fit here. But what we're really mindfully moving forward with the upcoming project is what aligns for all three of us. How do we want to show up on stage? And then, okay, what songs will we write either together or individually, but bring to this project to move forward?
I think too, the question you asked initially about like generating a feeling through the arrangements and the music that we're making, it becomes really clear pretty fast which ones all three of us get kind of emotionally attached to or excited about. And those arrangements actually pour out a lot quicker than some other ones. So we are all writing all the time. And we spend a lot of time together. So we'll just be like, hey guys, listen to this new song. And sometimes right away, it's like you didn't even finish singing the song once, and there's already a harmony line on it. Or the chorus is done. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And so it's like those ones stick, you know, and we kind of move with those.
Nah, I'm gonna take this to my solo
Yeah.
project.
So that's a hit. I'll keep it. Thanks.
So you're hinting at your next project. Can
Yeah.
you tell us what your next project is?
We're
Yeah.
going to be doing some recording in September.
Okay.
And we are really excited about that because we have learned, you know, we are continuing to learn what it is that we want to put out into the world. And we are very happy with what we have recorded in the past. But we also want to go in a direction of having it sound a little bit more like what's coming out on stage. And so this next project is going to really focus on that like live acoustic feel, and hopefully people feel something similar to what they're seeing.
Do you find a lot of variance in your already recorded work and when you do a stage show?
Right now,
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
well, we're touring as a trio right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the albums have full band. And we also got a little creative, especially with noise. Like that was a lot of fun to make. We got pretty creative. And so it's just not something that we do in the same way on stage. There was like 8 voices at
Yeah,
one
yeah.
time, so we
We've
can't do
been
that
treating,
yet.
we've been treating them as two separate things, like two separate creative avenues, which are both fun, and that's a fun way to make an album. And we might do that again, but right now for this one, as Hillary said, it's just kind of like we want to just shape something that matches to what you hear.
Part of it too is like, and this is not to shit on anything that anybody else does, but for the three of us, there's a lot of artificial things in the world right now. You can do a lot with AI, and like ChatGPT can write you a story, and it's like we have this, I think, shared concern among the three of us that we want things to feel human, and we want things to carry the essence of like a human heart. And we want to create something where all three of us are in the room together, and you're recording something that's happening in the moment, and hopefully that realness kind of trickles in and it has a different feeling that's just real. And so, you know, keep the little quivers in the voice and don't just.
Which our past albums.
For sure, for
Friend
sure.
Matt has done a really nice job with the vocal. We love
Yeah.
the albums. We're just excited to do
Yeah.
more.
They're very good.
Thank
They're
you.
fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Well, you play them all the time. Thanks, Ryan.
And I like listening to them. Are you going to be exploring any new sounds or genres on this next one?
Punk rock.
So
With a 180 turn.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna add to what Renee said is like it's all acoustic until we do the remix version.
Right.
But
That's a joke. She's joking.
so we've talked a lot about how we want to we just want to keep learning, and we want to keep learning how to keep our sound ever evolving, I think, you know, and the fact that we are all songwriters and that we have very different influences, we listen to different things. You know, on one hand, we are choral singers. On the other hand, we like musical theater, and then we like rock, and we like other folk. And folk also is this big umbrella that, you know, folk is music for the people. It's acoustic as well a lot of times, but we go to this folk conference, a few folk conferences every year, and folk has become something that like, it can be so many different things. And so I think that we are lucky to have the different influences that all of us have. I think we already write with, you know, a bit of uniqueness from each of us, and I think we'll just keep doing that. Does that answer the question?
Totally. Beautifully. when we're young people, we all have kind of visions of what we want to be when we grow up, right? Some of us want it to be rock stars. Is what's happening for you right now fulfilling those visions? Is it what you expected it to be? I'm assuming that you all wanted to be rock stars.
I didn't.
I got one yes, I got one no.
I definitely did.
Is it living up to your expectations?
A lot of it, yes. A lot of it, yes. Yeah. I feel like I really need to sit with that question and get back to you in a year. But oh my gosh, the joy is real, and the fact that we get to travel and hang out with my two best friends and meet a lot of cool people, I think it's the dream.
Nice. I got one living the dream.
I didn't know this was a reality. I don't think in my younger experiences of life, we went to a choir and orchestra school from grade 5 to basically grade 12. And I don't remember learning that this was a viable career path unless you become Beyonce or somebody crazy forward in the media, right? And so for us to be this kind of mom and pop version of a band,
I thought you were going to say mom and pop version of Beyonce. I was like, oh.
To be this only slightly less
successful version of Beyonce.
the goal is
within
Beyonce.
inches.
What I think we're learning is that there is such a vibrant community and network of support that people want to be close to art. They want to help support the creation of music, of just any kind of gathering that makes us feel alive. And so there's all these little spaces that people just welcome us into. And we get in the car after gigs and we're like, what the hell was that?
In a good way.
Yeah, people, there's just so much care. And for me, I think that's been the most important and powerful thing is that there's so much in the media that makes the world feel like an absolutely terrifying place. And when we go into people's homes to play a house concert and into community halls that we've never been in before, it's just folk music is so much about people coming together to just see one another, be human, and listen to songs, just do this creative, cool thing that we, for some reason, as humans, have the ability to do.
What other aspirations do you have as a band?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Triple platinum.
There you go.
No, I'm sure we actually probably would all have different answers to this. We've chatted about it before, and it also kind of ebbs and flows. And I think at the root of it, we want to be in good relationship with each other. So whatever balance we need to find within frequency of touring and whatever a budget looks like to support our wellness and traveling, it's it ebbs and flows. So I think bottom line is we want to be a tight, well-connected, well-oiled unit. And then, because only when we're like that are we able to actually offer something that's not stressed and that's open and that is actually going to be received the way we would want to.
It's also harmonious.
Well,
Do you ever disagree?
constantly.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Constantly. This is
I thought you were AI for a minute because everything was just so rosy.
no, it's just, you know what it is? It's there's Renée and I'm getting to you in a moment. Renée and I are identical twins. So there is a feeling of trust that you're I fucking knew it.
We took her question right away.
Yeah.
You just answered it already.
We are twins, and so there is I don't know. if other people experience this, but there is an unshakable trust. I could want to just destroy her, but I'll walk away and 5 minutes later I'm over it and I need nothing, you know? And with Hill, we're getting to that point, which is cool. That's really remarkable to me, actually, because I don't experience that level of trust with many humans. I find it's hard to grow that.
It's just taken our whole lives.
Yeah, we've known Hill our whole lives since we were all little. Hill knew 2 months and 2 days without Renée and I, when she was horribly lonely.
It's nice to know that trust is coming, though, right?
Yeah, but
Hang in there.
if I could just add, though, like there's a lot of effort and work, and we have a great sense of responsibility to one another's wellness as well as to our own internal growth and development. So we put a lot of work into talking things out when they do arise, and we're only just getting better at doing that now. And it's this, like, you can't get on stage and sing songs about hope and like love and all these things and be telling everybody else to be good humans to each other and like preach collaboration. And then when things, I think what we're realizing, because this is like a really close dynamic, we spend a lot of time together.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a guy say who manages bands, he's like, man, being in a band is like being married, but you don't have any of the perks, like getting to have sex.
Or getting to like go away for a minute because
Right.
you're in the van or you're on the stage.
And so we are,
And driving
and
to
we
the
said
next-
right from day one, it was like we chose music because we didn't want to be sucked into this like hustle and grind that was what we experienced in a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday work week. And we said we want our lives to be different and we want to create something different for ourselves. And at the beginning, it was just another job that felt a little bit void of that thing that we actually
Purpose.
wanted to, purpose. And we were stressed and we were annoyed at each other. And so it's been a really intentional decision to, it's not feeling good right now. What do we have to do to make it feel good again? And that's friggin' hard. That's hard. We bicker, we have different ideas about the way things should go, but it's kind of this underlying current of like, well, if we choose to care, we have to care about the people closest to us too.
It's palpable.
And they do say that 3 is the hardest number because it's never
Really?
even.
Okay.
And I can't empathize. I
With the third
sympathize
wheel
with
over here.
Hillary's position. Yeah, that would be tough.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ryan,
Said
can I
it.
ask a question?
Yes, please do.
No offense, but thank you, ladies. The pairs, 2 times 2 is 4. Your brother, Steve.
My brother's not Steve.
I'm just kidding.
Plot twist.
But I see you as a trio.
Yeah.
You are a trio, but I knew you as coming up before COVID as 4,
Yeah.
and then sometimes 5,
Yep.
and then COVID, and then, there's a rain delay, there's no show, the library, no, there's no show, we'll never see them, and we're here. You're sorry. Thank you so much. But some of us don't know the history, but the pairs I think of 4, but now I see you as 3, but it's not to say that it's just evolution, trios, and just comment on that.
You're like, it's wrong. You're 3 and your name is 2.
Now you've answered this question for me before. Give people the rundown.
Yeah.
How you came up with the name.
Phil, you should say it.
Okay.
Just say it.
Yes. Okay. Renée and Noelle are identical twins, like we said. I am a twin as well. I have a fraternal twin brother. He is not in the band, even though maybe one day. And we used to play with some other members, and we will, I'm sure, again in the future. And it's just been making sense right now for us to tour as the 3 of us. But yeah, we grew up together. I was born 2 months and 2 days before these 2, And the pairs, it's band names are hard.
They are.
You gotta live with it.
Yeah.
Although actually you can change it more than you can change a child's name, but I feel like it's
At this point, it's risky.
also hard. Yeah.
Or you've put so much work into the name, and it sticks. I think it
People have
sticks
done
really
it,
well.
Yeah. But our friend Steve, who you knew, Steve drummed with us.
Yeah.
Not like we're related in my eyes, but nice guy.
He's a lovely guy. Yeah.
I just assumed that made sense to me. That's
Yeah.
what I'm giving back to you, is from what I understood.
The drummer was Hillary's
I
twin.
made my own story.
Either
lot of
that's a
people
big
did.
compliment for him or not a compliment for me because he's about 15 years older than me.
Maybe we'll have some audience questions after.
Do we have some audience questions? Thank you, Garrett. Do we have some? Let's have some audience questions. Do you have one?
No.
Not yet. Does someone else have an Anyone else have a question for the pairs? Howie's Howie.
If you guys are the Canadian Destiny's Child, who is the
No, I don't think we can answer that one. Although Renée was talking about Beyonce the most, so she can have it today.
Oh God, not a chance.
Vera.
I have a question. I do have a question. And Howie and I have been huge fans. Like, Howie just became a Canadian citizen. He's from the States. We both got married in 2012. I'm here from Toronto, and you were one of the first groups that we loved and discovered. He volunteered for CHW. For those that don't know, had a radio show. We didn't get paid. It's all volunteer work because we love music. And you were one of the first groups we had on the show. So we love you so much. And my question is not a future question, but a past question. Like, you just came back from touring. So I know you were touring all across Canada and the US. And I wonder if there was a difference you saw in the touring. And do you have to pay? I know there was something on social media recently. Do you have to pay to tour in the States? And in your past tour, was there a special spot you loved, like in Canada or the US?
Thank
Great question.
I'm excited for your past. We haven't seen you for a while. We love you. We miss you. And we're so happy to have you.
Thank you for asking. Yeah. And you have both been such lovely supporters and singing our praises, along with several other people in London that have completely been part of why we've been able to be successful elsewhere. So thank you so much. And yes, we have to pay to be.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And they don't have to pay to come up here.
yeah.
Wow.
There is.
It's
So
wild.
they get a few friends get trouble at the border for sure. There's some trickiness for U.S. citizens to come and play shows here. They don't have to
It
go
evens
through
out for sure.
They don't have to go through the same visa application. We go on a P2 visa. It's a working visa. It's a working visa for musicians. You can get it for up to a year. And yeah, we got ours the first time. We got it for a full year, and then we're on ours for the second time now, and it's about 9 months. And that just has to do with the shows that you can prove you'll be booking. Well, every 45 days is the minimum. Yeah. So it's a great. We learned a lot by having to do it, which was cool, and it's a whole vibrant industry, the music industry, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of administration work. There's a lot of understanding how to operate as a business, and it's cool. But it's and magical moments on the last tour.
Last tour.
Well, I feel as though we are finding a second home in Colorado. I think that has been a really exciting place. I think we've toured there 3 times now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really great. Like, we're being invited to people's family events now, and like
Birthday
part of their
parties.
traditions and things, which is really special. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to get to kind of wander about and meet different folks from around. And I don't know, Colorado, it's been pretty fun.
Our last. I just really quickly want to say our last show that we played in Upper J, New York, was in an old Model T factory, Ford Model T factory. It was so cool on the river in upstate New York. Anyways, in Canada,
We got to play the National Arts Center in Ottawa.
yeah,
That was
Ottawa.
awesome.
Wow. As a
it's
trio?
sold out.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
We also did this. Have you all heard of Home Roots?
Yeah.
It's a very cool thing where these two folks, well, it's probably more than two now, but they curate house concert series in remote communities. So we were in way north Alberta, about 8 hours north of Edmonton.
Where the sun doesn't set in the summer.
Yeah. And we played 12 shows in 2 weeks up there, 11 shows in 2 weeks up there. And that was really cool. It was these, like, we showed up one day to this town called Cotillion in northern Alberta, and literally the only thing you could see was this hall and then fields everywhere.
We're like, who's gonna come
And
to
we
the
got
show?
a text message that was like, yeah, the hall's open, let yourself in. And
That was so
we walked
insane.
in and there was nobody. We were like looking around, you can't see another building or vehicle or anything. And Noelle just gets like, you just take your gear out and you're like, well, this is where they told us to go. So for like an hour, we were there by ourselves, I think, setting up, and people showed up. It was a full, hall. Every single show, people showed up, and that's what I mean. Like it's so beautiful to just be able to show up to these spaces where nobody knows who we are. They are not coming to the show because they're like Bears fans. They're just coming because they're part of a community that loves music, and it's so cool for us just to be able to kind of like plop in different spaces and connect with people through this thing that we love and we know that they love. And yeah, that's been really cool. I did not know that it was possible to make a living doing that.
I like that story. It sounds like the setup to a movie.
Yeah.
Band shows up, middle of nowhere, no one's there.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was so
it's so quiet up there.
Yeah.
Eerily so.
Yeah.
I like that. Right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll have one done probably by the time we're finished this chat.
That's our mom.
Yes, as a mother.
This is our mom. Mine and Noelle's mom. And Dad,
My mom's here too.
yeah.
Yay! Yay, mom!
Yay, moms.
Yeah, so we have got to see you sing your whole lives, and I don't know that there's ever been a time that you have offered something, singing in the kitchen or singing together, whatever, that I haven't thought was the most beautiful. But clearly you continue to grow, and it is a pleasure to watch and hear you. But I also am really aware you went to music school. London has extraordinary musicians, and there is extraordinary talent. And you have been able to carve out a way to make a living as a musician, which is really extraordinary because there are so many talented people. So my question to you is, it's a real question. What advice would you give people, like other talented people, in the music industry or whatever, maybe young people coming up in business? What advice would you give them? Because it is really quite extraordinary because there's so much talent that you have been able to make a living at it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Mama Coughlin.
And we kind of like part of the, when Renee said that, like, we'll be in the van and it's like, what the heck just happened? Our collective reaction to shows sometimes, a lot of it comes back to this idea of like, what the heck? What the hecky? Like, why us? Why is this working for us? And so it's a hard thing to answer, but it's also, I do feel like we are only successful because of other people helping us. And I think that other people are willing to help us because we genuinely care about them. And I'm not saying that anyone who it's not working out for is not offering care, because I do think that it is also like a lot of hard work, and we've had to be more persistent with things than feels comfortable. You know, it's like, oh, well, they didn't respond to my email, so I'm just gonna not do it. It's like, for every one thing that lands, one opportunity that lands, there's been like a minimum of 20 emails that have gone out. Like the web is cast wide. And then the thing that works for us is our relationships with people. And then it's like you wait long enough and suddenly your friend's the artistic director at the festival. So it's like you get to be hired. But it's a long game, and it's repeatedly showing up and getting to know people and learning about the industry that we want to be a part of. So it is a big, like, lots to learn. Does that answer?
I think too, just to add, I
Yeah.
think optimism
100%
is really important, is fuel.
Yeah.
And we are lucky that we have the three of us to
100%,
like, if
yeah.
I'm not feeling the optimism and you guys are, then that helps, because
Totally.
there's so many ups and downs, and you need the optimism during the downs. It's like, okay, this will work, I think.
Right.
if you just keep at it and moving through COVID when you think it's never going to come back again, but you do it because you love it. And I think also is, I had another point, optimism and believing that it's possible. And I think having support community is really important. And I don't remember the other point, but that's okay.
We have
And it's
good parenting.
number one.
Yeah, good parenting. We have
All
a
the
friend-
parents.
Yeah,
Always
Yeah.
the parents.
Yeah.
we have a friend and aunties. We have a friend. She's a songwriter. Her name is RJ Coughlin, and she has a song that is called "What If This Is All There Is." And you should totally check it out. It's very beautiful. What if this is all there is? What if this is all the life I'm ever gonna live? This ladder that I'm on, standing on the highest rung, I'm never gonna stand. What if this is all there is? It's like, and it's this beautiful sentiment to me that's like, acknowledge what you have and what you're here experiencing, and this like ancient wisdom is being present in the world and having gratitude, right? And it seems like that's kind of some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. Is like, that's a really hard thing to keep close to you in this world, and it's been really important for us. Is that the song? That's amazing. Yes. I love it. You're gonna like it. But yeah, it is. I think this idea that like there's a lot here to be grateful for, and yeah, I don't know. That's it.
I remember what I was going to say,
Yeah.
and that is that, that was gone again. No. I'm just kidding. No, that you never make it, or you're always making it. It's like there's no, oh, we're finally here. It's not like you're becoming the partner at a law firm, or like there is this like ultimate goal. It's constant.
The bar is always moving.
It's always moving. And like you made it because you booked a show. You made it because you might have got an award. You made it because you are enjoying what you're doing. And there's just so many moments of making it.
Yeah. Can I add one really quick thing?
Of course.
The other thing that soothed my worries a lot was the validation from other artists who I was viewing as successful, and I thought that they were only making art for their livelihood, and that's not the case. Like, a lot of people depend on other things or multiple artistic projects to sustain themselves financially, and that's okay. Like, it's just the way things are currently, is that artists often have to have multiple gigs. But that's like, to be an artist coming up and just know that it's like, oh, well, yeah, I have this job that pays my bills, and then I have more space in my life, and I'm less anxious about having my... But I wouldn't even necessarily phrase it that way. I empathize with the idea, I think, but because art is beautiful, and it should always be there, and there should always be space for it in everyone's life. Like, every human being deserves the peace and space.
Plan, but it's great to have multiple sources of income.
Yeah,
We need to ask Beyonce
yeah, ask her.
how she did it.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. She works her ass off.
I like it. You're all three of you are so incredibly modest because you're so talented and you're so fluid and the songs are so good and you have this connection. You connect with all of us in the crowd. Do you ever struggle with that? Because it just seems so natural. Do you ever have a rough night maybe where the crowd is giving you nothing?
Yeah.
What do you do?
And weirdly, our experience with that, where the crowd is totally quiet, we sell the most merch. We're like,
It's a show.
why? We did not read that right. Like, we thought they did not like us.
They really
or
liked you, but they're just going to do it quietly.
very quietly.
Sometimes
Sometimes-
audiences are different.
Yeah, it depends on
Yeah.
how everyone in the room is feeling. And we have another friend of ours, Janice Jolie, who's another incredible musician. They have this like beautiful offering of just like, we don't have to shift how people feel in order to make us feel like we've done a good job. You know, like what we were talking about earlier, how we make sure our dynamic is tight. And that is a protected energy, and that's we bring our whole hearts to the stage, and then what people choose to bring back is every individual's choice. And if somebody wants to sit there like this on their phone, even, that's allowed. You know, you're allowed. And
Still learning to be like.
it's hard. It's hard not
show up for that.
It's hard not to receive immediate
Yeah.
feedback, for sure. I definitely have that
But it's the
challenge.
goal.
But I just love what Janice offered about like there's like such a big range of what a successful show can look like.
There are lots of moments where like I have said before a show, like, I don't think I could do this part tonight. Or you're mid-story and you're going through your own stuff outside of music, and so you feel a little bit open and maybe like more raw. And so to tell this heartfelt story that was a really meaningful experience at a time in my life, some days I could do that. And then other days it's like I go there and I'm gonna kind of break in front of this audience of people, which, I mean, maybe could be cool, but also,
Have you seen Renee cry?
but also there's people to lean on
Yeah.
in those moments, right? And so we have had moments where it's like somebody tries to say it and you just kind of go, I'm sorry, I don't have it in me tonight. And then one of these two will step forward and finish the story. And so it's these things, it's like, yes, we absolutely are human. There are days where one or all of us are like, I don't think I got it in me. And that, I know this feeling comes up for me sometimes towards the end of tours, is this like, I don't want to put myself on display anymore. I don't want to stand here and be observed. And that can be really hard. And at the same time, every time I step into it is like, feels so good after. But it's that like gross inside your head stuff that I think everybody probably deals with.
You can't touch it, but there's, yeah, very nice. There's an energy, right? There's an energy you're putting out there and you're receiving some energy back, and I get it. Like, I totally get that. And you write from such personal places, and then you come out and you share those stories as you're, tuning or getting in between songs and stuff like that. So I would definitely say, yeah, exposed.
Yeah.
Right? So good for you for having the courage and the bravery to just going out there and doing it.
Thanks, Ryan.
I know you're all prolific songwriters, but I do wonder if there's any covers. Do you guys ever mull over a cover?
We have.
Uh-huh.
We were asked to do a Christmas show, and they wanted Christmas music and covers. So we learned a few, and it was very fun. But we have, I don't know, it's not something that we do a lot of. I think we do it on our own to learn new styles or be inspired. But one cover song has stuck, and that is River Driver, the Newfoundland folk tune made famous by Great Big Sea. And yeah, it just hasn't really stuck. So maybe one day we'll put some real effort into making a cover something that feels like embodied by the pairs and not just us trying to sing and like recreate, but do something different with it. But I think that needs about as much effort as one of our own tunes. So,
Okay.
or maybe more,
yeah.
or more.
Yeah, you should take like a heavy metal cover and do like a heavy metal song.
Own it.
Okay.
Make it yours. That's what I'm kind of looking for too, to be honest. Something from a completely different genre that.
Yeah, open to
give you
any
some.
suggestions for sure.
Cool.
Do we have audience questions? Here we go.
If you could tour with anyone other than who would be your dream?
Oh, fun question.
David Bowie.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
I really opened it up.
Yeah, sorry.
that's all
It could
right.
be alive.
You don't have to have something to talk.
I don't.
Really?
I try to think
I
of
like
what would
that
work.
question. I was a big fan of Alanis Morissette, but currently in the folk world, I think it would also be really cool. I'm also a big fan of Rose Cousins. Her songs make me weep. I think that would be cool.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
I just want to see Queen all the time.
Queen.
And so I was like, if we could open for them on a big tour.
The
that'd be
East
great.
Pointers.
Oh, the East. I love the East Pointers.
They are great.
I was happy to see you bump into Joe Crookston.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe is a good dude.
yeah. Cool human. Another songwriter, Joe Crookston.
Yes.
Check him out.
So,
Very good.
yeah.
Seen it 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Yeah, we just met him a week or so.
One more. Yeah.
Oh, Mom.
You want to hear it? You don't want to keep anybody past their bedtime.
Are there any audience questions? If there's not,
Well, I was going to ask a question sort of connected to those questions we were just asking. I've seen you like bounce at Social Bowl.
Yeah.
With Ron Augustine.
Yeah.
I saw you with Chris Berkeley down in Paris.
Yeah.
Which was like, this is amazing. Right? And that crowd down there, I think when Chris was in the back, I don't know why.
It was fun.
Oh, that was funny.
Those are two different dynamics, right?
Yeah.
And so my question, and then last time I talked to you at that show, you were getting ready to go to Massey Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So all the shows you've been at, all the places, people you open for, all of this community of artists that you now become entrenched in. Is there one that you sort of went OMG as you were standing beside them in the green room, off stage, at Massey Hall, whatever it was? Because there's somebody maybe greeted you a different way.
Oh, there's been so many. There's been so many.
I have a very distinct moment because you mentioned Massey Hall that I'm remembering, and it was this thing where you're sitting. So do you know Scarlett Rivera? So she's a violinist. She toured with the band, and she's toured with Joni Mitchell, and she's in her 80s. And we did this thing at Massey Hall that was a band tribute performance for like a big anniversary show, and we got to sing a song. So we were a small part of a very massive production, and super grateful to be involved. But we were in the green room backstage, and I'm sitting beside Scarlett, and we're just like, she didn't want to eat any of the like buffet food. She just had a bag of potato chips, and I was like, "Is that all you're gonna have for dinner?" And she was like, "Yeah, honey." And I go, "Okay, cool." And she started saying, "I was at Joni Mitchell's birthday, 80th or something." Joni Mitchell's older than 80. Is she 80? I was at Joni Mitchell's some significant number birthday last week, and now I'm here, and I go, "Wow." Talking to me. and I was like, "And Scarlett, where are you from?" And she goes, "Oh, darling, I think I'm from outer space." And I just had this like, oh my God, not that I have a list anywhere close to her achievements, but I was just like, I feel so seen by you. There is this thing that's like otherworldly. And yeah, I'm like, well, I'm stealing that line. I too feel like I'm from outer space some days. Anyhow, she was beautiful. That was a very, very cool moment that I was like, wow, you were just sitting elbows with Joni Mitchell, and now you're sitting next to me eating potato chips.
Want to agree from Joni Mitchell?
Everybody's just people, you know? It's cool.
Who's yours, Noelle?
Who asked who's mine?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I haven't had
Hillary
it.
knows.
Maybe you're still waiting for it.
No, I'm really grateful for, like, it sounds corny. I really am grateful for all of it. What? What?
The answer is.
The answer is.
Home Company goes to the festival.
Oh, Ace and Abby! That was rad. Yeah, Ace and Abby is amazing.
Cool.
Ace and Abby's, do you all know him? Oh, he's just blown up this past year, and he's such a rad human being and is so deserving of all the success, and a lot of people working really hard, him included. Yeah, he's awesome.
So I've not seen all that at the wedding.
Oh, great. Amazing. Yes.
Somebody have to go to answer.
Well done, Noelle.
You're welcome.
Last year, at this time,
Yeah.
I had followed the show through COVID. We talked about COVID and, you know, how you struggled through that. This young man went to visit his grandfather to find out what he was searching for, what his quest in life was. So I followed him on Facebook as this young person telling a story. So it's like he became a part of me, right? It's like I wanted to see him do good things. And I gathered sweetgrass for him and said prayers in it because I wanted somebody to give it to him. So I was going to go to Winnipeg last year. He was at the Forks and he was going to be one of the stars of the Bears. Posted home county and said, and Shirley,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to go to Winnipeg. I just had to come to London. And so I said, I would be so honored if you would be able to introduce me. Because I knew that they were going to meet him. I just knew that. And I said these prayers that at some point, the Bears were going to introduce me to one of the little girls.
Yeah.
And
You didn't need any of our help, didn't you? Walk right up there.
it's really, like, there's no way we're going to be able to talk to him like this. Like, there's absolutely no, we won't even see it. We'll be on the same stage. You know, we'll be in the same park.
Oh, right.
So then they were opening for him. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like my friend, like, you know.
So does he call you Aunt Shirley as well?
Actually, the next day.
Probably.
I had to free that night because it was like lots of people. And I had to spend time with them. But the next day, I said, I'm going to go see the show. But they're not on at the same time. 12 o'clock, because he was leaving to Paris today. He had to go to Toronto. He was leaving to Paris.
Ask her who she picked. Her nieces and goddaughter.
I stopped to see them.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry that you're both on different stages at different times. But they said, actually, we know that you need to do this, right? They knew that I had to do it. And so I went, listened to him, gave him the sweetgrass night after. We had like a 15-minute conversation before I had to leave. But I just wanted to remind you that's how quickly it can change, right? You could be just this struggling, not sure where you're going in life and whatever, and then all of a sudden it happens. And I just wanted to tell you today, I'm so glad I came tonight because I heard it happen.
Love you.
Shirley. Very nice. Thank you. Any more questions from the audience? One over here.
Where's the one place that you would love to play at?
The Byron Bay Blues Fest in Australia. I would love to play.
I think Red Rock Amphitheater.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. I think that's mine too.
Yes.
See you all again at Red Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Open it up for one last audience question. Are there in the back over here? Yeah.
I have a question. You talked a lot about vulnerability and what it means to be in the public space and navigating relationships with each other, relationships with yourself in the public space. How do you navigate when artists right now are being called on to make really political statements and then are punished if the statements don't align with what the fans want. Like, how are you watching that occurring in a larger scale? Is it happening to you? Like, how are you navigating that piece?
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for that question.
Thank you. It's, I, as a fan, am disappointed when I don't see an explicit acknowledgement of what we're witnessing happening in Gaza as being wrong. When people cannot say that what's happening is wrong, using your platform, that's hard to witness. And I want to shake everybody and be like, what the heck? You have such a platform, why don't you use it? With one simple thing that, like, everybody, you said Black Lives Matter, you said trans lives matter, you're saying all these things, and then you're silent. And it's like, this is not an exception, you know? And so it's frustrating. And then there is also another part of me that knows how messed up social media is in a capitalist world, and the fact that there's people making billions of dollars on this content is also disturbing, because the people making money off it are not, you get what I mean. But there's a lot to it, and I have struggled personally with it a lot. And I don't know how much to say online and how much to not say, and what do you say in your show. And it's like, for me, I can rest very easy saying that there is a genocide happening in Gaza, free Palestine, and people deserve safety and life. Everybody deserves that. And I'm not gonna argue if somebody disagrees. So I send my love, and I know that lots of people are hurting who have different opinions, and I think that they also need love and care, and not to be canceled and raked through the coals, you know? So it's like, yeah.
I think in a lot of ways too, it's like trying to take ourselves back into moments with people where we are exchanging with each other all the time. We are so connected and we're so related to one another, and we have so many shared experiences and so many different ones as well. But we really, really try. It's like this whole, the revolution is not going to happen on social media. And we really want to be cognizant of where we also put energy. And so making those clear, like, declarations and trying to say, this, everything Noelle just said, this is not okay. We don't stand for what's happening. And we need to find hope somewhere. We need to find love somewhere, where we're all gonna fucking kill each other. And that's gonna be the end of it. And we're like, we also can't just, we have to come back to also these in real life moments with each other. And I think that's part of the reason we work so hard to navigate our relational dynamic as well, because hate and distrust and anger among us also just trickles out into who we encounter. And we have the privilege of meeting so many people all the time and crossing paths with people who may or may not agree with us. And we've sat at dinner tables, you know, like people who host us, who are
The mayor of Cotillion.
the complete, like, if you want to talk polarized views about life and the purpose of humanity and how we got here and the planet, all of these things, it's like we agree on nothing. And somehow we just sat and had a meal together and decided that an outcome we might be able to agree on. That, like, we do as human beings have a responsibility towards kindness and sustaining this place we live on, you know? Even though we had literally nothing else in common.
But you could tell that their hearts were there. So
Right.
it's like we are
Right, there's
subject to
kindness.
different things and different narratives, and that becomes how we speak and what we believe in. And it's like, but we are all people, and we're trying to just live. And it's like, so just feel each other's hearts. And I think like the biggest thing for me is like learning to lean in instead of being like, well, fuck you. You know, it's like, oh, help me understand.
Yeah. The least we can do is not sling more hate at each other, right?
You have a version of Wild Rivers in you?
Sure, River Driver? River Driver?
Driver.
Sure, I was like, a chorus? Yeah, chorus. A chorus of River Driver?
Okay.
Does that work? Thank you all so much for hanging out so long. Ryan, thank you for the thoughtful questions. Thank you for the thoughtful questions. Just,
Yeah, I need a note. Just do the first verse
and a
into
chorus.
the last chorus.
Into the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just the age of 16 when I first went on a drive. After 6 months hard labor, at home I did arrive. I courted with a pretty girl, was her caused me to roam. Now I am a river driver and I'm far away from home. I'll eat when I am hungry and I'll drink when I am dry. Get drunk whenever I'm ready, get sober by and by. And if this river don't drown me, this town I'll need to roam. For I'm a river driver and I'm far away from home. For